We're going to deal with the back page of the integer assessment, which is all multiplication and division type problems. All right, so the first one is negative 14 times negative 3 divided by negative 6. The first thing I know is I've got three negatives in a multiplication and division string. These two negatives are going to cancel each other out to make a positive, and then we're going to have another negative, which means my answer is going to be negative. So I'm just going to note that the answer is going to be negative there. And let's do our math. Now, when we have multiplication and division in a string, we do it all from left to right. We don't start with multiplication just because it's multiplication. We start from left to right because multiplication and division are really two versions of the same type of operation. They are the same level of complexity in mathematics. Okay, so 14 times 3 is 42. By the way, negative 14 times negative 3 is also 42. So that's positive 42 divided by negative 6. Okay, now 42 divided by 6 is just 7. But since it's divided by negative 6, it's negative 7. My answer is negative 7. The second question asks us to square the answer to number 12. A number of people got this wrong because they tried to get the square root, which is going in the opposite direction. When we say we are squaring, it's really based on the idea that you find the area of a square by multiplying the side times the side, which is side squared. It is a square. So our base number is negative 7, and we are squaring it. That means negative 7 times negative 7. Two negatives canceling each other out. That is positive 49. And that's our answer for that one. Our next one threw several people off because they decided they needed to do multiplication before division. But once again, with multiplication and division strings, the order of operations simply says go from left to right. So let's deal with this part first. Negative 108 divided by negative 9 is going to be that. It's going to be positive because you have two negatives. So that's going to equal positive 12 because 108 is 9 times 12. Now we've got positive 12, and let's deal with the next part, times positive 7. Well, positive 12, and I'll put parentheses around this if it helps you see it. Positive 12 times positive 7 is simply positive 84. And that one's well within your multiplication tables. All right, the last one, number 15. We have the absolute value of 7 minus 12. So 7 minus 12 would be negative 5, but since it's an absolute value, really we're just seeing how far apart are 7 and 12, and we don't care which direction, so it is positive 5. So that simplifies to positive 5, and now that's minus negative 19 in parentheses, and that's going to be plus negative 8. Okay, let me go back for a second. The order of operations, you do things that are grouped first. An absolute value is a kind of grouping symbol. So we are grouping this first, and that's why we dealt with that first. Now, the next thing is we got a 5 minus a negative 19, and that's grouped separate from the plus negative 8. So let's deal with that next. 5 plus negative 19 is the same as 5. So 5 minus negative 19 is the same as 5 plus positive 19. Keep, change, change. And now we have 5 plus 19 is positive 24. Positive 24 plus, I'm sorry, I've written that wrong. That is division. That is division there. Let me write that correctly. So positive 24 divided by negative 8. I'm going to write that more clearly over here. Positive 24 divided by negative 8. Okay, and I put the negative in parentheses just so it's a little clearer that that's what it is. Okay, well, if I had 24 divided by 8, that would be 3. But this is the opposite of divided by 8. It's divided by negative 8. So the answer is the opposite of 3, which is negative 3. And that is our answer for that last one.